this template element that we want to copy every time we need to add a list item instead of making the list item from scratch. So in render list item, instead of document.createElement, we want to make a copy of an element we already have. Now we saved that to this.template, right? That's that template element. We saved that in init. Anybody know how to make a copy of this thing? Anybody happen to have done this before? cloneNode. Let's read all about it. cloneNode returns a duplicate of the node on which this method was called. So if this.template is that li, now we could say const item equals this template clone node instead of create element. Now it doesn't really matter if it's an li or not. It's whatever it was on the page. And we don't want to just set the text content to the name. That would be the text content of the whole thing. We made a little span where the name goes. Remember that? So we want to find this, but we only want to look within that template, or not within the template, but our new clone of the template. Because there's going to be lots of dino name classes on the page, right? One for every single dinosaur. So we don't want to search within document. We only want to search within item. Luckily, you can say item.querySelector, and it will look only at its descendants. It'll look at that node and down on the tree. And we want to search for something with a class of dino-name. And we can set its text content to dino name. We can, for the sake of squeezing this all on screen. I'm going to move this data set thing up to right after we clone it. Let's not worry about making the buttons do anything just yet. Let's see if this part works. All right. Refresh the page. Dinosaur. We got a dinosaur named Pnavosaurus. What? What? Cannot set property text content of null. Don't panic. Read the message carefully and let's go exploring. Text content of null on line 36. So it's saying that item.querySelector dino name is null. What gives? Let's put a debugger in here to see what we can see. Anytime you're not sure what's going on, like we know item.querySelector, we expected that to return something and return null. So let's use debugger to figure out what isn't what we expected it to be. Refresh the page, add something. Dino is an object. Item is this thing. Let's look at that. Let's take a closer look at that. Item, that's our new li. It has the data ID. Look, there's nothing in it. There's nothing in that li. Yes, the list item. It has nothing in it. But look at all this stuff. What's the deal? cloneNode has betrayed us. Or we just didn't scroll down far enough in the documentation. Looks like it takes an argument. Deep. True if the children of the known should also be cloned, or false to clone only the specified node. If we leave it out, it's false. So it will only do the li itself and nothing inside of it, which doesn't do us any good at all. So we need to pass true in there. Clone node true. Let's try again. And I can take this debugger out. Refresh. Add something. No more error message, but where is it? Where'd it go? Let's see. Tom Plodicus. Where is it? Say again? It's still hidden, right? It has that template class on it. Let's take that off. Who knows how to remove a class from an element? Anybody just happen to know this? It's all right. Let's go exploring. Let's just throw that debugger right back in there. Refresh. Tappity tappity. Here's item. Let's say item.class. Okay. We have class list, class name. Class name looks like just gives us that attribute, the string with the classes separated by spaces. Maybe we can manipulate that string. There was also class list. That gives us this thing. That might be easier to work with. Let's see. JS class list. Documentation. Class list is a read-only property which returns a live DOM token list collection of the class attributes of the element. It kind of looks like an array, but I guess it's not. Using class list is a convenient alternative to accessing an element's list of classes as a space-delimited string via class name. Okay, so class list. It's this kind of thing, DOM token list. Let's find out more about that data type. Blah, blah, blah. Properties, we got length and value. Methods, item, turns an item in list, isn't it? Contains, returns true if it contains the given token. Ooh, that's neat. So like item.classList.contains template, true. Contains pancakes, false. Neat. All right. Add, adds the given token to the list. Remove, removes the specified token from the list. Item.classList.remove template. Now let's look at that class list again. Well, let's just look at the item again. Now the class is just Dino. Template's gone. That seems easy. And now it shows up. So let's do that. I'll just do it right after we grab the item. Item.classList.remove template. It's not a template anymore, is it? This is the real thing. This is an actual Dino. Refresh the page. Let's add one. Skylersaurus. Neat. Zoedactyl, which we know isn't a real dinosaur, unlike Skylersaurus, which totally is. Not bad. So what do we do? Build list items by cloning a template element. Just a little trick that lets us explore several new things.